Let us study the Faraday experiment, what it did. Michael Faraday demonstrated the reverse effect of Oersted experiment. He explained the possibility of producing EMF across the ends of a conductor when magnetic flux is linked with the conductor, or magnetic field lines passes through the area of the conductor and they are changing. This is known as electromagnetic induction. Let us see what he did. Initially, he has taken a coil and the coil was connected to a galvanometer. So this is a coil and this is a galvanometer. As you know, galvanometer is a device to detect current, right? Now initially he placed a stationary magnet. The velocity of the magnet is 0. So a stationary magnet we have placed near the coil, and he found that there was no deflection seen. In the galvanometer. So when the magnet is held stationary anywhere near the or inside the coil, the galvanometer does not show any deflection. Then he started moving the magnet with a velocity v. He started making the magnet move with a velocity v towards the coil, and the north pole is moved. Okay, so I will try to draw the diagrammatic representation. So this is the coil, this is the galvanometer connected, and this is the north and south. So this north is being moved with the velocity v. Okay, so in this case, when the north pole was moving towards the coil with the velocity v, he found some deflection. He got deflection to the right of the 0 mark of the galvanometer. He got the deflection towards the right. Then when he made this magnet moved away from the coil with a velocity v, away from the coil, then he got the deflection to the left of the galvanometer 0 mark. Then what he did was he reversed the magnet and he has moved the south pole with the velocity v towards the magnet. Then the deflection what he got was to the left of the 0 mark of the galvanometer. He got the deflection, and finally when he moved the bar magnet away from the coil with the velocity v, then he got the deflection to the right of the 0 mark of the galvanometer. So this is what he did. So what we can conclude? The conclusion is very simple. The conclusion what we can draw is whenever there is relative motion, between the source of magnetic field and coil, that is may be the case. Here we have moved the magnet with the velocity v, so we can do the same thing. Keeping the magnet at rest, we can move the coil towards or away also. So this is also there. The thing is, there should be a relative motion, it should not be stationary, right? So whenever there is a relative motion between the source of the magnetic field and coil, an EMF is induced. An EMF is induced in the coil, called as induced EMF, called as induced EMF. So when the magnet and the coil move towards each other, then the flux link with the coil increases and the EMF is induced. And when the magnet and coil move away from each other, the magnetic flux link with the coil decreases and again an EMF is induced. So this EMF lasts so long as the flux is changing. Okay. He also concluded that due to this EMF, an electric current starts to flow. Okay. Due to this EMF, an electric current starts to flow in the galvanometer because of the induced EMF. Electric current starts to flow in the galvanometer, and this current is called as induced current. This current is called as induced current, and this phenomenon is called as electromagnetic induction. Okay. The deflection in the galvanometer lasts long as the relative motion between the magnet and the coil continues. Whenever the relative motion between coil and magnet takes place, an induced EMF is produced. If the coil is in closed circuit, then the current and the charge is also induced in the circuit, and this phenomenon is called as electromagnetic induction. I hope you understood the experiment, right?